This little video is to show you the Picot cast on that I used in the Wildflower Socks. I think it makes a really pretty edge on this sock. Just gives it a little bit of a feminine touch that I have really enjoyed on this pair of socks. So for our demonstration today, I'm just using some scrap yarn. It's a light worsted weight, and I just grabbed a size 5 needle. Of course, the sock pattern is written in fingering weight, and I prefer a US size 1 needle. But just to help you see it a little better, I have a little bit thicker yarn and a little bit bigger needle. For this cast on, you want to start with the slip knot. So I'm going to just quick make a slip knot. And I'm going to move that over so it's to my left and it's ready for working. Now, I'm a thrower, so I guess we call that English style knitting. And so I keep my yarn, working yarn, off to the right. So that is what I will do for this video. All right, so we have that first slip knot made, and I do need to say that you will want to start with a slip knot for this cast on because it gives a little more stability to that first stitch. So go ahead and make that slip knot. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be casting on some stitches using a knitted cast off, and then we're going to be binding off a few stitches. And by casting on and binding off, that's what gives us these sweet little picots. Yes, this cast on method does take some time, but it is worth it. So we take our slip knot, put it over to the left, we're ready to cast on some stitches. So with this knitted cast on, you just insert your needle as if you would for a knit stitch, wrap it around, pull up the loop, and then just place the loop on the left needle. Normally in a knit stitch, you would drop, you would insert, wrap, and drop it off the left needle, but we are trying to create stitches, so we're just going to place the new stitch with the others. Okay, so we had one slip knot stitch, and we wanted to start here with a total of 5 stitches. So that means I'm making, we want to start with 6, the original slip plus 5 more. So I'm creating 5 stitches. Here's what I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to move to the bind off part. So we just bind off like a traditional bind off. You knit 1 stitch, knit a 2nd stitch, and bind off 1 stitch. Lift the 1st stitch over the 2nd stitch. And we're going to do that 2 times for a total of 2 stitches that have been bound off. And look at what we have there. We have that sweet little picot made. Now we move this last stitch back over to the left needle, and look what we have here. We have 3 stitches, a picot, and the start of our next picot. So this stitch would be equal to the slip stitch that we made before. So of course, now we're going to cast on 5 more stitches for our total of 6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more should make 5, plus our stitch we moved back for a total of 6. Let's see what I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got my 6. So again, we just repeat the process. Knit 1. Oops, we got caught. 1 and 2 and bind off. 1, knit 1 more, and bind off. So let's see what we have. We have our 3 between stitches, the picot, 3 between stitches, the picot, and that last stitch that we're going to use to make the next knitted cast on stitches. So we have our first one ready to knit into to make another total of 6. I'll do it one more time. Okay, so we are going to use the knitted cast on to cast on 5 stitches plus our 1 makes a total of 6. One more. There we go. Should be 6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're ready. This last stitch, it doesn't quite lay like the others, which is fine. It's just the nature of it being the last stitch. Okay, then we're going to knit 1, off the needle, knit 2, because remember these are our bind off stitches. 2, lift the first stitch over the second stitch, we've bound off 1, knit 1 more stitch, we have bound off 2 stitches, and we move that last stitch back to be worked to make the next group of 6. All right, so here we are. We've got our beginning 3, a sweet picot, another 3, a sweet picot, another 3, a sweet picot, and we're ready to keep working. At this point, you will just cast on the number of stitches you need for the top of this socks. The large would be 72, the medium 64, and the small size 56. And really, that's it. You're just going to cast on the number you need, join in the round, being sure to not twist, place the beginning of round marker, and you're set to go. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoy your Picot cast on and the beautiful Wildflower socks.